flex, flex, you hustle. Flex, 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 you hustle. Flex, 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 you hustle. Flex, 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 you hustle. Flex, flex, hey, flex, you hustle.
Welcome back to the Flex Your Hustle podcast, and I'm joined by a superstar, young soldier himself, and he's graced us in Namibia for the past couple of days, and now we're just finally having a sit down, trying to hear his experience and see the business side of the music industry and what he's got going on. So yeah, man, it's nice to have you on the podcast.
Thank you so much, bro.
How's been the experience, bro, so far?
It's been lit. I mean, y'all don't know, but this has been my guy the whole time, rolling with me everywhere. So you can see me, you can see it all. But crazy experience, man. The love unexpected. I didn't even know. Like it's my first time out here, but beyond my expectations. This is amazing.
Crazy, bro. Is there like any similarities between SA and Namibia for you?
Yeah. I think maybe it reminds me of like Cape Town, like a lot. Like I don't know. It's like the accent, kind of the vibes. Even I haven't been to the beach, but it's beach vibes too. Or just the aura of it. Yeah, love of Cape Town.
Away. And like, I feel like between Cape Town and Namibia, those similarities go far beyond just the looks of the place, but also just with the vibes of the people as well. I mean,
Yeah, man. The feel. It just feels like I'm chilling in Cape Town. My Cape Town blues is still.
away. It just feels like home away from home.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. No, that's nice to hear. So when you came through, you started off with the interviews, the schools actually.
Yeah.
And how was that experience for you? Because I mean, the schools were crazy. There was a lot of people, but how was it for you?
I think it was lit. Like again, like just the appreciation and love is shocking me. Like I thought I just come here and they would just be like, "What's up?" But now it's like it's a lot more. Like I'm seeing like the impact they have on people's lives. To me, it's crazy. Like I thought I was just chilling, but it's just dope, man.
Nah, they know Soldier Man out here. Soldier Man out here.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah. So no, schools were done, interviews were good, and the show was yesterday, bro. The main event, man.
Yeah.
People raged, bro.
That's crazy. What? One of my favorite shows ever. I ain't gonna lie. I've had like a lot of people at shows, but besides turnout was lit. The energy is crazy.
That was peak, bro. It was peak. I think if there's something that stands out about your performance, is your stage presence. Because, bro, you had the crowd going crazy. You literally told the crowd, yo, we going crazy right now. And nobody said nah. Everybody was in it.
So let's go.
Like, let's go, bro. And I think that's the amazing thing about the experience. Knowing that people are willing to like vibe out and vibe out hard, man.
Super.
Super, man.
Wow.
So now that you've experienced this, bro, and you leaving soon, so you're going back to SA. I wanted to ask you, like, what are your plans when you get back in terms of music wise, or what are you trying to get done?
I think like what the grand scheme is right now is like to be over Africa, man. So that these things they take over is just like reaching every single area. I want by the end of this year to be performing in Yemen and Egypt. You know what I mean? Like I wanna because right now SA on the do Zim. I'm using next week. I'm actually doing Zim next week. I plan on doing Botswana as well. I mean, trying to be country by country, just spreading the word and just spreading positivity upon first time that Africa has a chance to. As I say, man, like it's always been America and the UK and all those places. Like for the first time, Africa has a say, and I wanna emphasize with me.
I guess a lot of artists' goal is to always, and I keep hearing this, that they want to end up in the USA.
Yeah.
Is that your main focus as well?
Nah, man, my beard is to touch every country. Whether it's USA, whether it's China. I want people in China to sing my songs. I want everything, bro. So for me, it's like, I guess the American dream, I don't know, for me, it's not really a thing, but I really would like to have a presence there. I mean, it's really going crazy. My new song, Captain, is doing waves out there, shocking me. But my whole goal is just to represent Africa for the whole world, man. Yeah.
It takes a lot to represent Africa for the whole world. And if you're looking at the spectrum, everyone's looking at Africa right now. How do you set yourself, or how do you set your own style apart from the rest of the artists in Africa? Because it's a lot. From in Nigeria already, it's just taking up the huge market share of the industry. But how do you remain unique in such an environment?
I think it sounds cliche, but like, it be myself. Cause like, I'm like, business to God. Thank you, God, for this opportunity and making me me. But like I'm already alone. The avenue I'm taking, which is predominantly hip hop. No one, like not no one, but not a lot of African artists who have made it to that level that I'm trying to get to. I've done it through that route. So already I set myself aside from a lot of people, and I guess it would be harder that way. But easily, like it's the authenticity I have. I just want to make everyone a soldier, man.
I guess, you know, as much as it's hard, like taking a new decision you take or a new path is always hard because no one's ever traveled there.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's always gonna be a new experience for you. But I think it's nice because like at the end of the day, you set it your own tone. You know, you basically do things at your own pace. You know what I mean? And I guess that it'll give you enough energy, man. Run through the whole of Africa, man.
super.
Yeah, man. So no, looking at that, like now, for you to make such moves, bro, you need a good team.
Super.
How do you manage that, bro?
Um, I'm a strong believer in making your people the goats or the people around you are your goats. You know what I mean? Like if you look at any success story, like if you look at Drake and 40, that's his producer. And like yeah, just Drake and 40. And they started from the bottom together. And that's he's producer to this day. He was always hits everything. It's like you boss up everyone around you and they boss you up as well. So like in terms of my team, it's people that like they need like MC Key, my DJ, that's my DJ, Black versus Black. Like, that's I made him through a friend. He's just my friend. And now we out here in maybe a whole different country. He's DJing for me. You know what I mean? And it's like, man, Jane, my manager, met her through a friend. But now she's holding my stuff down as well. So I want whoever comes to me organically, I move with them, man. Make them elite, bro.
And I'll be honest with you, from what I've personally seen from his team, super organized, like #1 organized team I've ever met. And I've met a bunch of artists, nothing like you guys, bro. For real. Because like, you know, it takes a lot to not only go to a different country, especially since it's your first time in Namibia, you come into a place you don't know, bro. And to come through with a team and still have a good time, it's just coming from the fact of how organized and the synergy that's there between you guys.
Yeah. That man, it was that way. That's dope.
Because like, personally for me, hey man, I'll be honest with you, I've traveled a little bit and I haven't really done it with a team per se yet, but I feel like the day I do it, I would want to know I'm in safe hands, man. Especially as an artist, you know, you want to know you're in safe hands. So now looking at that and the team that you have, at any point did you have other team members that you eventually had to leave behind?
Not in my current team, no. My team's having that many people. It's just Jenny, my DJ, myself, my shooters, and Jay Joburg wasn't able to pull up. But we just that. I'm even fairly new to even having a team. But I guess like I had like before even having this team, I had like friends, circles that I just left to progress in my life.
I guess that's just how it happens, bro. You know, when you're in an environment, right? I think you can only get the best that the environment gives you. Until you change the environment, then you start getting a different result. Like, you know, so I understand now that, you know, you left certain people back in the past, but the team that you have now is solid and you're getting the best out of it. And we're seeing it. Look at Captain. Look at all the stuff that you've dropped in just this space of time. The evidence is right there. But now, like, talking about the risks, some of the risks that you've taken in your music, what's something, a risk you took that gave you a good experience, like a good lesson, something that you took a risk, you didn't know whether it was going to pay out, but then it ended up panning out for you?
I think I have like two, like first one would definitely be along the lines of that friend group I told you about. It's like for me, it felt like a risk. Maybe it wasn't, but it felt like a risk. Just like so, what happened was lost out of people. I just left like the people I was surrounding myself with. Then not necessarily they weren't really like actively trying to mess me over. I don't know if I can say it, but mess me over. Um, but I just saw that I'm not really productive in these environments. A lot of people, like my ex, some guys I was around, all that. And for me, it's like a risk because like I was really dependent on them for a lot of things. Like this was my life. I had my way of doing things with these people. So I kind of risked and left. And then God just put everything, like put all the stones in place. And I just now I'm able to travel. You know what I mean? Second one, definitely a recent one is I did through my party YSS. The risk is a financial risk throwing a party. It's my first party I ever did ever. I didn't in Joburg, Carfax. But financial risk, just like investing into things. It's a lot of things I brought for the party, which now I own for my next party. So financially, it looked crazy, but now if you own it and you build this thing to what you want it to be in the future, which is my party, my events, it'll be it work in my favor.
It's worth
So
it.
my party went, so it was really successful. I learned a lot of things. My first party, like I really learned a lot of things. The turnout was amazing. I had like over 300 or so people, and that was in promo in the space of a week. And then I realized like I took some L's, but I also gained in some places. A big turnout because of the promotion, but I should have invested more in sound. I had like some technical difficulties with sound, but it's like you learn. You know what I mean? You learn.
The thing is now that situation
Mm.
took you from being the artist that just pulls up to the venue
Yeah.
to now being the organizer and promoter of the event. So
So it's my shit.
yeah, it's your shit. So like every mistake or whatever that goes on, it's now on you, and that seems like a lot of pressure. But now that you mentioned events, it seems like you're diversifying what the young soldier brand per se, because now it's not just music. Now you have events. But is there anything else that you have diversified into, like different stuff you've done?
Different trying made my shit stronger. Have like things that make money on its own. Like for example, performing. Like sure, the money money comes through. Like it's those work. You know what I mean? But it's not passive. It's like I have to actively go perform. I have to take a flight. I have to do all that. I'm trying to make things that don't even have to do that or easier. Different revenues streams, if you say it like that. But right now, I got into merch. She had it in the back, but I have merch and I'm launching it real soon with merch. I teamed up with Mercha and trying to get into my merch. So Militant Gang merch. Secondly, my party YSS. I want to make it a thing. Like how I want to do it only like 4 year, something like that, plus minus. I want to eventually have it out of Joburg, create space like Namibia. I can see like there's motion out here.
I know
Like,
there's motion, bro.
super. So
Emotion, yeah.
so yeah, those are like 2 areas that I'm really trying to explore right now.
Away. And the thing is, like with Namibia, I would tell you personally, whenever some dope shit is about to happen, everyone from top to bottom of Namibia hears about it. And that's how that motion
That's
is now
how
there, you know? So it's like it's like just 3 million people. So like everybody knows each other. Everybody is somebody's cousin or something like that.
yeah, it's crazy.
So like, of course, they're going to see that, hey, the YSS party is going to happen here in Namibia. And we can't wait for that to finally pan out. But now, going back to the music industry, bro, you now had the No Visa tour recently.
Yeah, that's right.
And how did that go specifically in your experience? How was the turnout?
The visa was hard. It was a team. It was for those that don't know, it was a compilation of me, Patrick Lee, and Baby Days, 3 artists putting together a tour. We did a few locations, different activations. Through there, like our first attempt at a tour. It was really dope. Stressful. Like I realized, cause I'm not like before No Visa, I had never done my own anything, and then No Visa kind of helped me. No Visa walked for YSS to fly. You know what I mean? It's like it's throwing event is dope. It's like it's so crazy. Like throwing event is like two sides of it. There's really a love of what's going on. Like you're really happy at what's happening. Like damn, people pull up for me. Damn, we're making money, dope. But also stressing that shit must work. For example, sound errors, you must go upstairs, fix that shit. So if someone's not on something, you gotta be on the ass and still gotta smile in front of people and everything. So definitely stressful as fuck. But the moments that were created are priceless, man. Like even for the listeners that came, like they always reference it forever in the comments you see when people see it in real life. They're like, yo, dog, I saw it, No Visa. You gotta do another one. Like I want to make more moments like that.
No way. And something I heard about the No Visa tour is that for you guys to decide where you guys were going to tour, you use a lot of the data. Now, my question is, what data did you guys specifically use?
So basically, my manager Jenny has this platform called Tuli. She founded the whole platform. It's basically a touring platform which artists use in harmony with their fans, where the fans can basically depict where they want you to come to. It's like usually if you announce a tour, like an artist will announce a tour and say, yo guys, I'm going to these places, pa pa pa. Like let's say in Joburg, like Rampart, Ramberg, and Sanson. But then let's say that artists, most of their fans are in Rudaport, which is a whole other place. You wouldn't know that. So Tuli is what actually helps you know that. So basically, you put out a request, and your fans go on this Tuli platform and uh, basically sign up and fill in the area they from.
Yeah.
And then you get to see how many fans you have from where. And after the fans reach a request threshold that you set, then you decided you're gonna go there. So we said like 150 requests will go to that place. So we went to Vaal, did Bram, we went to Shanguve, Pretoria, all types of places. So yeah, that's what
I mean, I guess that's crazy because, like, back in the day, like, they would just announce where they're going, and they wouldn't know if fans were actually gonna pull up.
Exactly.
And it's risky as hell, bro.
Exactly. So that data helps I should go here. I'm monthly here. Let me go there.
And I think that's unique because now that not only shows us who really has fans, but also puts the fans in specific areas. And I've heard about Tuli before, last year when your manager pulled up actually, and she explained to me how, like, for some artists they'll find out that in the Dominican Republic there are fans, which is crazy because, like, you'd need to know somebody in Dominican Republic to know that there's fans there. But now you have the platform that does all of that for you.
Which access that data.
It's amazing, bro. And I mean, tech is going far. Now niggas is using AI voices and shit.
Yeah,
It's happening everywhere you check. But now, in terms of the industry-wise and your experience in SA, how did you find your journey to being, I can say, mainstream in SA?
Caught me by surprise for sure. Like I don't know, I say this in other interviews. Like I never thought I'd even be a rapper. Period. Like I'm shocked. Shout out to God for the opportunity. But I just never thought. But the journey, man, just caught me by surprise, man. I just blinked my eyes and now I'm here, Obviously a whole lot of blood, sweat, and tears, crying nights, crazy nights, like no sleep, all that went into it. But I look back, I'm like, damn, like I really just got here. And like it didn't really take much. It's just like following God's vision for me. You know what I mean? I just feel like he did everything. I didn't do nothing, to be honest. But in the literal sense, like it's a lot of hard work, man, and prayer. Yeah.
And I think in that come up, with did you have a lot of people that recognized you when you were on the come up?
Yeah. I always like even from an early age, like I was never famous or anything, but like there's numbers, man. Like for me, more than the average guy, like in different avenues. I used to do like funny skits, like funny jokes. Like at the time I had like 1,000 followers, but I get like 10,000 views whenever I did like an animation and like I used to do like an African voice, like a Zim accent on like a little animation remix a song. Like I get like 10K out of 1,000 followers. It's like, oh, that's big, you know what I mean, for that level. Started SoundCloud, when I was climbing on SoundCloud as a producer, started dropping songs. I have songs on SoundCloud from 2018, 2019 that are like 200,000, 300,000 streams till this day. Before even my actual music got up like that, like, I don't know, it's like a weird imbalance, but it just always worked. So definitely always had like people following me. Then eventually I figured out the Young Soldier brand, and then people just felt more connected. Like, I don't know, I feel like it's a very compelling brand. Like it's easy, you can just be a soldier. Like, yo, I'm a soldier. I wear Militant, I wear camo, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I like that guy. So it was the brand, got intense, everything got a little more intense. And when the music went up and people actually caught on to the music, everything was just history from there.
And how is the experience meeting different artists in SA? Are you guys just meeting each other at the clubs that you guys are performing at, or is it just it's a link up thing where like you guys meet up outside of that?
I don't know, not to be actually say SA is amazing, but like I know I've seen like whenever I go to different places, especially outside Joburg, even like if I go to Cape Town or Durban, outside Gauteng, man, like people think like, because most big artists the music scene is really in Joburg, Gauteng. A lot of people have the perception that it's very unified. It's not like it's not war. It's not like we all hate each other, but it's not as unified as I've heard people think it is. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just noticed that like people don't be like, yo, let's get together, and especially in hip hop. Nah, it's not really like that. But there is love. Artists linking. We see each other a lot because of spaces. For example, like four artists, big artists will be together on the same gig. These things like Carter Fest, we all around each other. You know what I mean? The club is an easy place. You'll see artists all the time in the club. You know what I mean? You can hear each other on the internet, make a link up happen. It's really random, but you can even bump into artists all the time in Joburg, especially in Joburg. You just bump into like, yo, that's Anati. Dope. That's crazy. What the fuck? Oh, that's Casper. Oh, fight.
And I guess since that's not like the hub for music, everybody is just there. So in a day, probably you bump into 2 or 3 people doing cool stuff.
Yeah, you can definitely bump into people, especially like Sanson, Rosebank, Waterfall, yeah.
That's dope as hell, man. I mean, I gotta make my way that side. I gotta make my way to Collabs. We didn't just check shit out, And, I wanted to find out from your side, when it comes to collaborating with artists now, what is it you look for, especially now that you also experienced Namibia, and you were looking into collabs? What were you specifically looking for synergy or what to work?
When I listen to artists, it's definitely not numbers. That's not the first thing because I never had that in my life. It's only like now that I got some sort of variant of that. But like when I listen to artists, I close my eyes. Like this is how I really listen to my own music. I close my eyes and see what you got. You see what I mean? Like if I just listen sonically, what are you doing? Like does it excite me? Like I always, you can be saying dope stuff, but if you sonically, it doesn't sound different or dope, then I'm not really too invested. You know what I mean? I'm just like he listened to something I never heard before, and if it's something like that, then for sure.
Away. And now that we're talking about collabs, I'd want to ask, how did the Nasty C collab happen, bro?
Yeah, I think I've briefly spoken about it before, where like it's kind of funny. Like I always look back at it, like I dropped H Chief, never thought it was like anything crazy. Then it blew up. I was like, damn, that's crazy. So it started blowing up. Probably a month and a half later, so that was June, maybe July, halfway through July, around there. What happened? I went live. Yeah, as our manager's house, I was in the studio, and I went live. And I'm just making a song on live. There's like a couple of people on the live. I'm just making a song. And I'm looking at the camera phone. Then I look back and I just see a lot of comments. People saying, nice to see, nice to see, nice to see, nice to see, nice to see. And I think it's after I did an interview. There's an interview I did previously today. Just say, yo, it'd be dope to have nice to see on the song. And that also blew up. So I was like, oh, damn. People
actually
telling him and stuff. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened. I just kind of said it. I was even like, damn, what if he doesn't hop on now? I look like a pop guy. So now, what's it called? Anyway, I was live. Everyone just tagging him. I'm like, wait, what's going on? They're like, yo, he's in the live. He's in the live. I'm like, oh shit, for real? So I check on the live and I don't see his username. I don't see anything. I'm like, what? You guys are lying. I thought that you were playing with me. They're trying to... So I'm like, you guys are lying. They were like, dog, are you crazy? What the fuck? Focus. I'm like, what? Then I said, I'm in the live. You DM me, like whoever screenshot it and DM me. So I went to my DMs and I saw like a couple supporters sending me screenshots of him saying, yo, Soldier, we watching you. We love what you're doing. Keep going higher. I was like, damn. I DM'd him. I'm like, yo, thank you for the love. He's like, damn, I've always heard the name, but I never put the name to the face. Send me some stuff. And he sent me his email. And then I sent him H Chief. And I actually sent him Captain. Captain is old, bro. I mean that thing in June last year, bro. So I sent him H Chief and Captain. I was like, H Chief because makes sense. I can VM on it. And then Captain, in case he doesn't want to hop on that. Like I always like to give artists an option, man. Then maybe like 3 weeks later, he sent me the verse. I had it, and then I hit it for like 4 months. Okay, I said told nobody. And I had it. So because I blew up with his Chief, so there's a lot of love. But then eventually, I noticed when you have one big song, like your first big song. Well, I don't think it's like this for everyone, but for me, it's like this. You have your first big song, everyone's showing you love, everyone's hitting you up, cool, like all the attention is there. But eventually, that the conversation changes from this is that new kid we like to what can we do next? Are you a one-hit wonder? So things were changing into that kind of narrative. And I let it happen because I knew when you at that point you need to clap back. I've been had the nasty words. So I was quiet. I was just looking at people and yachts me, like play with me, like, yo, this guy, one-hit wonder. I'm like, nah, I got something in the bed. And I was just chilling. I was literally enjoying that time. That was actually one of my favorite times. I was just quiet, never told nobody. Just my friends knew. Just quiet.
Yo, because when that Nasty, the remix with Nasty dropped, bro, it was a surprise. Because we saw that video, and who shot that video?
Portraits Africa, they also did the Ace Chief original video.
Hey, that video is tough.
Like, it's tough. They also did mine with me and Patrick Lee and Baby Days.
Yeah, because like, one thing I've noticed about production that side, they really put in maximum effort. I've never seen any, as far as music or video production, that can beat South Africa right now in set.
Well,
Because the SA is chowing everybody. And I'm looking and I watch the BTS videos and, bruh, it looks like a simple setup until you start seeing what comes out of it, bro. Because there, it seems like you guys are so used to being in that environment that you guys don't have to like crack your heads about what to do next. Like you have a lot of creatives around you guys all the time, so it's easy to come up with concepts. But in your experience, how have you maintained your brand is Nash, Kindly Nash, like Soldier, man, throughout? Because you meet people that have their own ideas of how to do things or how to shoot things or whatever way they want to move. It doesn't align with yours.
I think it's just the power of saying no, respectfully. Like that's it. Like, respectfully, not even an arrogance or weird way. Just like, yo, if something does not align with you, you say no. And it took me a long time to even get that. Even to this day, sometimes I struggle with that, but I definitely got struggle with that. Like, and no matter how that person can feel, whatever ideas could be so crazy or whatever, if it doesn't align with you, it's a no. You know what I mean? And it's not just a no, fuck you. It's a no, let's work this way. And then come to the understanding. Like, people just need to understand it. Like, this, if you offer somebody understanding and they still choose not to understand you, they are fucked up. If that makes sense. There's an understanding in everything, bro. Just speak. You know what I mean? So I used to be a guy that doesn't speak. Once I learned how to speak, a lot of things started moving my way. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, I see your idea, that's dope, but that doesn't align with what I want to do. I'm actually trying to do this. If that person is a genuinely understanding person, they'll get it.
So I think to get to that point, sorry to cut you off, to get to that point, I feel like in my own experience, I've learned that sometimes in that moment, it's not the time for whatever you feel like you want to happen, you know? But the reason it's not that time is because you're not yet and to be frank, sometimes it's just that you're not yet good enough. This one or two things, Nyana, that you have to experience before then you can finally get or achieve that goal that you want to achieve. You check. So even in the example of like, let's say someone would want to shoot like a video or shoot some work for you, right? And at that moment, it could be a no. But then if you take that no and you run with it and let it hurt your ego, then you give up on everything. You will never get good enough for the time where when someone looks at your work, they can be like, you know what, fuck yeah, I'm doing this shit, you know? So I feel like just the idea that you gotta keep on going, no matter no is just no for later. Know what I mean,
Okay.
yeah, no, it's just no for later, and I feel like it's just having that understanding and knowing how you move, because this creative industry is huge, bruh. And you go through different experiences. If you don't have the tenacity to just even pass through them, 1 or 2 years you're out.
Yeah, no cap.
You're out.
No cap.
So now you have had this run for the past 2 years, I can say.
Yeah,
2 years. And you mentioned that you would want to be going all over the world and stuff. Is there any artists that you feel are worth looking at right now in your own travels and experience?
Around the world? Yeah. Yeah, bro. Like I got big dreams, man. There's a lot of people on the world with a lot of people I see myself on the same level as or getting to. Like my favorite artist in the world is Rema. I think I've said this a million times. He's the greatest artist of all time.
Which is random, really, because I wouldn't expect Rema to be your favorite artist.
So that's the blue, dog. I've been watching him for like, what, 5 years? Like when he had like 80,000 followers, I was watching that guy. And it's just like, his journey, man, he rebrands like successfully, like all the time. He's sonically always been superior at all times. Like the stuff he does sonically is so evil. Like I remember when I talk about it, it's too crazy. You know what I mean? So Rema's definitely up there. Out here in Namibia, I want to work with. I'm just chilling with the guys yesterday the whole time. I think they like till 7 a.m. I chilling with you guys. Mega and Yeezer. Those are my bros out here. Outside here, Zim. I want to work with like Japreza and like Holy Ten.
Which Japreza is also random as well. Super. Yeah, but he's like the GOAT, bro. He's one of the GOAT.
Yeah, I want to do it. Yeah. I want to see what I can do. I've already started with Takura already. I already have a song with him. There's a lot of people I want to work with. I'm going to Zim on Tuesday. I think it's pretty. But yeah, it's a lot of guys I want to work with. Even in Nigeria, I like what's his name? His name is Blackie. Oh, I'm forgetting his name. Black Bones, yo.
Black Bones.
Yeah, I really like Black Bones.
Black Bones is unique, man. And I like one thing I like about him is his style. His style and the delivery of his raps, bro.
Yeah, he's different.
It's really unique. And I coming out of Nigeria is I feel like Nigeria has really given us a variety when it comes to music.
Okay, with sounds for sure.
With sounds and stuff. But at a certain point, there was this whole discussion of like, there's always Nigeria versus SA. I don't get why that happens so much, man. Because like, I feel like combined, it would be like a super house.
I'm trying to do that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely trying to do that. I'm trying to add to that, man. Let's do it.
I'll wait. No, man. So far we've discussed so much, man. But is there anything you would want to leave to the young fans, the ones that want to be artists, the ones that want to get into the creative industry? What would you want to leave for them? Now that you have experienced Namibia and they have watched you rock out for the past couple of days?
I think, social media is your weapon, man. We're in 2025, dog. Anything you want to promote in the world is in the power of your phone, though, in your hands. Anything, just post it and just. I know there's like anxiety that comes with it, like being able to post or share your stuff with the world. If you want it to the world, post it, and anxiety will go away as soon as you post. I promise you. Use social media, I swear.
Away. Thank you so much, man. I say that. Look, I appreciate having you here on the podcast, flying all the way here, bro, and gracing us yesterday. It was a mass.
Oh, it's crazy.
The mass
is crazy.
And personally, I'm telling you right now, if you were not at the performance, you missed out.
Yeah, forget about it. If you weren't there, forget about it.
Forget about it. We were the soldiers, know what I mean? So thank you guys for joining us for this episode, and like and subscribe. And we got a lot more coming on going forward. But right now we got Young Soldier in the building.
Yeah.
Away. Shout.
Flex,
Every day you gotta
you
hustle.
hustle. Flex,
Each and every day.
flex, you hustle.
Need you a meal.
Flex, you hustle. Hey, flex, you hustle. Hey, flex, you hustle. Hey, flex, you hustle. Hey, flex, hey,